My name is Amy Zhang, and I'm presenting this work in collaboration with Grant Hugh and Michael Bernstein. Consider the tools you use every day to participate in online communities, tools like Slack, mailing lists, Facebook groups, or Reddit. When it comes to the governance model that these tools provide to communities, they all share a strikingly similar pattern involving admins, mods, and regular users. These tools describe governance using a permissions model. So when a user wants to do something, the tool just checks what permissions they have before they can do it. And in order to modify governance, only certain roles, like an admin, can change a user's permissions. Meanwhile, regular users have no say in the governance of their community. But a permissions model can only describe a limited set of possible governance options. For the most part, it's top-down, autocratic, and punitive. But looking around, there are a lot of other styles of governance that could exist and that maybe more closely embody the values of a community. If a community wanted to have a different style of governance, say a more democratic style, they can either carry it out manually in an ad hoc way, or they can use or build one-off software tools for doing things, like taking a poll or carrying out a particular rule. Unfortunately, this is cumbersome, error-prone, and hard to maintain. But what if there was a way to express other forms of governance in the software, such as more democratic models? What if communities had a way to build for themselves the governance that suits their needs and values? To enable this, we built PolicyKit, a software infrastructure that empowers the members of an online community to concisely author a wide range of governance procedures and automatically carry out those procedures on their home platforms. PolicyKit's main insight is to shift governance from articulating permissions to articulating procedures, where procedures can express a wide range of governance models concisely, including participatory and democratic ones. So instead of looking up a user's permissions, when a user wants to do something, we instead look up and run policies in PolicyKit, or short procedural scripts that govern an action. Users can also write policies to govern actions such as adding or updating a policy, allowing users to participate in the modification of governance over time. We call policies that govern everyday actions on a community platform policies, and policies that govern actions to modify the governance itself constitution policies, taking inspiration from political science theory by Elinor Ostrom. Now I'll explain how to write policies using an example of a policy that creates a random jury of members to vote on renaming Slack channels. Writing a policy involves implementing 6 functions. First, we have filter. The policy filters to only consider actions involving renaming Slack channels. Next, we initialize the policy by creating a random jury of 3 community members to vote on this rename. Next, we have notify, where we notify these 3 members about what they're voting on and other instructions. Here, we check whether an action can pass. If 2 or more jury members have voted yes, then it passes. If 2 days have gone by without it passing, then it fails. Then, if it passes, the channel gets renamed on Slack. And if it fails, nothing happens. Now I'll explain in more detail how PolicyKit can automatically carry out procedures I just described on the home platforms of community members. First, say a user renames a channel on Slack using the Slack interface. Our Slack platform integration in PolicyKit includes a listener that is listening to governable actions. It catches the action and then passes it to the policy engine. From there, the engine runs all relevant policies on the action, including the jury policy for channel renames. We go through each function step by step, filtering, initialize the jury. Next, we run check, which does not pass or fail yet since there aren't any votes and time hasn't run out yet. At this point, policy goes and reverts the rename action on the platform since we haven't yet determined whether it can happen. Next, we run the notify function, which then sends the message to the jury members telling them to vote. In our Slack integration library, we capture votes by listening for a thumbs up or thumbs down reaction to the notify message. After a jury member has voted, our vote listener catches the vote and stores it in the PolicyKit database. Meanwhile, the jury policy is still looping and running check periodically to see whether all the votes are in. Once votes are in, say the policy passes, we then run the pass function, which then actually renames the channel back on Slack again. Just briefly, PolicyKit includes extensions to the basic data model that I've explained. All of these are implementable using our existing basic structure of actions and policies, but we introduce these extensions in order to make it easier to do certain things that are common in a lot of communities, such as having a set of community guidelines. Here is the first version of the PolicyKit website where users can propose actions, author policies in a code editor, and see the existing governance of the community. We're now working on improving the policy editing experience for both programmers and non-programmers. We've also launched starter kits to provide to communities well-known governance setups like juries and elections, as well as a way for people to be able to share policies with each other. We have built platform integrations with Slack, Reddit, and Discord, and plan to add additional platforms. You can learn more about PolicyKit at policykit.org.